All right, everybody, welcome to our latest rendition of Lakers Voices, sponsored by Toyota, suiting up together for the last 38 years. And Jeremy Lin, thanks so much for taking the time with us, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me. Thank you, John Black, for organizing this entire thing.
Yeah, I mean, John really didn't do much. He just walked up here with you.
Oh, well,
but it's nice of you to give him credit, though.
He seemed like he was an integral part of this whole thing, so.
I suppose that's fair. Well, Jeremy, listen, we were somewhat strategic here, and of course you have one of your best games of the season last night. You got a much-needed win. You scored 25 points, a really efficient night. So that is something, before we get into the questions, that's got to have you feeling a little bit better the next day in practice, right? Just getting that winning feeling.
Yeah, definitely. Brought a lot of smiles back, just in terms of our whole team, just everybody smiling, and you know, we're all a little more relaxed. You know, when you're in a losing streak, it kind of, you know, everyone's kind of on edge, and it kind of just wears on you as each game or each loss piles up. So definitely for us to get one, I think everyone's just able to have like a breath of fresh air.
Sure. All right. Well, so the thing we're going to do today is just ask you a bunch of questions, mostly from Twitter and other social media devices, and essentially people are wanting to know all kinds of stuff about you, Jeremy. And if you want to try to get another question in, use the hashtag #SuitingUpTogether. You can see it right behind us if you forget. All right, here's the first one, and it comes in from @AminK11. How do you spend your day outside of basketball?
I mean, things that first of all, I'm in LA, so, you know, I got my brother, my sister, my trainer, and his wife. We'll always take the bikes out along the beach, or, you know, we'll play, I love playing video games, so I'll play Dodo at night. I love cooking, so I've been cooking a lot this year. Just trying new recipes, trying new things. I have a friend who's a chef who's been teaching me a lot of different things. So,
nice.
It's been fun, man. It's been off the court. It's been a lot of fun, and I just spend a lot of time with friends and family. Really, always around people for the most part.
All right, I want to unpack that a little bit more. So let's stick on the cooking. What are you good at making? What's your favorite thing to make? What is something that if you have a couple friends over that you like to try to impress people with? What do you think?
My favorite dish to cook is this chicken. Oven baked chicken, but you put this, it's like this sauce that you have with like green onions, jalapenos, and garlic, and then you put some balsamic. Let it cook until it's like a syrupy sauce. You put it on top of the chicken. That's probably my favorite.
Okay, it sounds like it takes a little skill.
Yeah, I messed up my first few times pretty badly, but you know, you try enough, you'll get there. I love cooking lamb chops too. Those are. Oh no, duck breasts.
Duck breast.
Very underrated. I had like never really heard of duck breast, and then my friend came over one time and cooked it, and I haven't been able to stop eating it since. So.
All right, so you're making some Whole Foods trips, like going to get some.
Whole Foods. I ordered like $1,000 worth of meat just from a farm, like because we had to eat like organic, grass-fed, all this type of stuff, and if you buy it in bulk, it's a lot cheaper. So I mean, I bought all that. And I just have it in my freezer just filled with frozen meat, and I just, you know, slowly chip away at it throughout the whole season. I don't really eat out that much.
That's smart. It was last year that a couple of guys, I think it was Sacre.
Yeah, they went on a cow. Right? Yeah, I couldn't do the whole cow. That's too much for me.
All right, yeah, that was a little aggressive, huh?
Yeah.
All right, here's a question from @JT894. Jeremy, you and Swaggy P, between the two of you, who was the best dressed?
It just depends what you're looking for. If you want that futuristic, super tight spandex look.
Yeah, leather pants, skinny jeans, like sometimes combined, a little like his Michael Jackson retro look that he brings out.
His shirts look like they're like pillow coats that are cut up, or like bed sheets or something. I mean, it's just, I don't know what's going on. But sometimes he has some really fashionable stuff. It's just not my style. It just depends what you're looking for. I'm more California dressed.
What did you wear like to class at Harvard? Basketball sweatsuit?
Yeah, no, it wasn't like Harvard basketball, but it was just sweatpants and a sweatshirt and a winter coat because it was always snowing and freezing over there.
Well, so you're going for comfort.
Oh yeah, right? I'm 100% comfort. The only reason, like the only time I'll really dress up for anything is, you know, going to games because it's business casual. Besides that, what I'm wearing right now, sweats, shorts, that's just tank.
But you feel good.
I feel great, yeah.
See, all right. We'll probably have some more, we're going to have a lot more Swaggy P interaction, especially for part of the reason he and Jordan Hill, of course, bombed your interview last night.
Yeah.
And I thought maybe Nick was going to want to interview you himself, which he did to Jordan Hill when we were in Detroit. So I was kind of just putting the mic back.
I mean,
and
the
forth.
thing about the thing they don't understand is when they photobomb. I mean, when they whatever interview bomb.
Yeah, whatever.
They don't really ask questions. They just talk the whole time. So
that's correct. That's correct. That's good. All right. Well, along these lines, from Chent2324, what is your relationship like with Nick Young?
Man, he's just a great person. He's always trying to have a good time, and I think some people misunderstand him for that, but he's always trying to be he's always trying to make things a little less serious, and he's a very down to earth person. So we go back and forth. We joke a lot, and it's always who can come up with the more clever comeback that day. So we're always constantly going back and forth with each other. He does that with a lot of people in the locker room. He's always going after everybody.
I remember at one of the events at Staples Center, you were getting him pretty good. You guys were going back and forth.
Yeah, we
like
to go back. Yeah,
that was strong.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see. Now here's somebody that apparently knows about your skill at cooking. He said it's Love for Life 0323. John Black, is that your Twitter handle? Okay.
John Black knows where I go. He knows where I go and eat.
Thought that might be it. Okay. How is your cooking grind going lately? Any new dish you're working on? So you spoke about a couple that you like to make, but is there something that you want to get to as you progress in your cooking?
Yeah, January and February were tough months for me in terms of cooking, just because we were on the road a lot.
Yeah.
So I didn't get much of a chance to do that, but I was working on an eggplant parm for a little bit. It's a really hard dish to make. I've been working on my homemade buffalo burgers, barbecue bacon burgers.
Okay.
I'd say those two are probably what I need to work on the most.
Just a suggestion, I think there's the show Top Chef. I think it's on Bravo. But maybe they could do like an NBA version. Have you and a couple other players come in. I'm sure John Black set that up.
Yeah, John Black will set it up. He already said he would do it. So,
okay, that's good.
Thank you, John Black.
I don't know who else can cook, but I think it'd be cool to have you and a couple guys in there. So just an idea, just throwing it out there.
All right, cool.
Once again, guys, you can use the hashtag suiting up together. Toyota and the Lakers, 38 years together. All right, here's a question, Jeremy, from @Andy. Not Andy, so it's ANDIE, not ANDY, which I like, so we're assuming this is a female. Since you probably have had similar experiences, what is your advice to young Asian American basketball players?
My advice, have fun with the game. I've seen so many people, just lose the game in terms of whether it's an injury or something happened, or at the next level they weren't able to get the opportunity that they're looking for. So it's just, I have to remind myself too, because sometimes I get caught up in it, but it's just enjoy each day, enjoy the game for what it is, work hard. I think if you have a passion for the game, you'll naturally do the things you need to do, which is, be disciplined, work hard, listen to your coaches, etc.
Mm-hmm. I know since you came to the Lakers, just from my Twitter feed alone, I could tell how many people are kind of inspired by just that, Asian Americans and who see somebody that they can have a role model in the league. What is the balance, though, between you're kind of just focusing on the game and getting better and also trying to be that role model, right? Because I'm sure sometimes it goes in confluence and sometimes it's things that you're thinking about separately.
Definitely. There's always a balance. When I first came in the league, I wasn't used to it, so everything I did was, I have to represent everybody properly. I can't let anybody down, put a lot of pressure, put a big burden on my shoulders, and I was able to slowly realize that there is a balance in terms of everything. It's not like I need to neglect the responsibility, but I can't be obsessed with it where that's all I think about. So what I try to do now is really just I approach the game a certain way. I approach my my craft or my job a certain way, and hopefully in doing that I'll naturally be a role model. A lot of what I try to be or how I try to work comes from biblical teaching in terms of how you are supposed to act and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And hopefully through that I can inspire other people. But again, you can't always be focused just on yourself and not be aware of your surroundings, but you can't always be so focused on your surroundings.
Right. Well, several people have asked questions about this. I won't read a handle, but just when you've been to Taiwan, you've gone through China, I believe as well. What is it like when you go to the Far East?
It's crazy. It's crazy. The fans are so intense over there, and They'll pack the airport or they'll pack the event. Man, it's so fun just going out there and seeing everybody. And the thing about that maybe people in America don't necessarily realize is games are on at a very convenient time. But when you have that time difference, people have to watch at like 8 in the morning, 9 in the morning, or it's very inconvenient to follow the NBA if you're in Asia, and they find a way. I got friends who they'll wake up and they'll be watching my games in the morning before work or whatever, and I've had friends who got up at 5 in the morning just to watch games because they're on the other side of the world. So I appreciate it, and I always try to go over there and spend time with them and interact with as many fans as I can.
That's a good point you make too, because sometimes, like whenever we go to Toronto every year, usually it's on at a weird or a different time. But the people in Europe and in Asia are thrilled because they can watch a game like in their normal time. So I'll send out a tweet and say, hey, send us where you're watching it from, and it's crazy, literally, especially with the Lakers, almost every country in the world. You're hearing stuff, but some of the best and most intense fans certainly in Asia.
Yeah.
All right, Jeremy, here's a question from @Ido Amir. What is the most important thing for you in basketball, in principle, and in terms of practical goals?
The most important thing for me in basketball is to just worship God through the game. I think for me, it's just a blessing that I'm able to be here. It's a blessing that I've been given the talent and the opportunity and the things. So for me to use it the right way, try to use it as an act of worship to God. I think practical goals, I think that affects how I interact with coaches, teammates, how I respond to adversity, how I try to lead, or how I try to carry myself with a certain demeanor. These are all practical ways in which I feel like is really important.
Gotcha. Okay, @Stavo24, outside of Nick Young, who would you say is the goofiest player on the team? Somebody else that cracks you up?
Man, there's a lot. Jordan Hill is pretty funny. It's funny because all the players that have kids are the ones who act like kids, so it's like kind of ironic. I'm like, what? Like, I can't see you being a parent because you just joke around all the time. So Nick and Jay Hill all the time. Booze is hilarious.
Booze has like 4 kids, right?
Booze is 3.
3 boys.
Yeah.
3, yeah.
And then who else? Ed is funny, but he's funny in a different way. Like, he's not goofy. Like, he'll say a joke and it'll be so serious, and then he'll be joking, but you can't really tell if he's joking, and you'll be like, are you mad or are you joking? But then, like, once you get to know his personality, you realize he's actually like a really funny guy.
Yeah, he's pretty witty.
Yeah, he's very smart.
Yeah. Nice. All right. Yeah, a lot of personalities in this locker room.
A lot of different personalities.
Okay, so @Lindbergh3 says, aside from your mention, you mentioned hobbies like playing video games, etc. Do you like to go hiking, Jeremy? So very specific question.
I hate hiking. 2 of my pet peeves are, I don't know if they're pet peeves, but 2 of my weaknesses. 1 is walking, and 2 is stairs. Hiking is like the combination of both of those. It's like walking, stairs, nonstop. It's pretty brutal. I don't know why, but like my doctor said it's because I'm extremely flat-footed, but like I'll be able to run all day, but I can't walk. Like if I walk 10 minutes, like stuff will start hurting. It's weird. My knee and my whole body. I don't know.
That's very interesting. So do you have like a bike or a skateboard or something? Like,
no, I mean it's not like that bad. I mean I can actually walk, but I'm just like, okay, this is ridiculous. Like.
Yeah, I mean, listen, that's gonna be. I was gonna say it's gonna be a tough rest of your life if walking is a.
Yeah, I mean, I might exaggerate a little bit. Like I can walk if I really put my mind to it. But I would never voluntarily hike, is what I'm saying.
Got it. I mean, even what if to see, like, if we were promised you could see the the most beautiful.
I can do that.
In the world.
I can do that.
You know
so I
but you have there has to be a carrot at the end.
Yeah, it can't just be like we're gonna walk circles, we're gonna walk up this thing and then come back to right where we started. It's like that's. And nothing's gonna happen. It has to be like, man, there's an awesome waterfall, there's an awesome view, and then I'll be like, all right, let's go.
Got it. Okay. All right. Allison May, and this question is, how much have you missed California? I assume this meant kind of when you were playing in other places before you came back.
A lot. It was really bad when I was in college. because I never experienced an East Coast winter. This is actually like a true story, but I think I had multiple dreams about In-N-Out Burger when I was in college, and I just missed everything about California: the sun, my family, my friends, like my home, everything. So now that I'm back, that's why I love it. That's why I try to go to the beach or be by the beach or do things that are very West Coasty. That I know I don't get a chance to do when I'm somewhere else.
I see. I had the inverse. I grew up in Minnesota and went to school in Chicago. So once I came here, and then I was like, "What have I been doing my whole life?"
Exactly. Yeah. That's what.
California.
I was trying to tell everybody that Harvard.
Drag me out of here, kicking and screaming.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Question from @Judy Deidre, I believe. Together, are you going to share another YouTube video with us?
It's a very great question. There's one coming out this week.
Okay, very timely question then.
Chinese New Year related. It's really hard because during the season, I don't really ever film because of obvious reasons, but because of All-Star break, I had a chance to. One of those days, we filmed for a couple hours and made a YouTube video, and it's currently being finished up, and it will be released probably this week.
Did you dunk on your mom again?
No. My mom needed a break from that, but I think during the summer it's going to come back around, and she's going to have eyes on the back of her head.
She better.
Yeah.
Yes. You came hard at her.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. All right. From @TallyMog. Apologies if I'm pronouncing some of these incorrectly, but sometimes, when the letters and handles, like you don't know if it's a middle name or a first name. How does it feel playing with the Lakers and being part of the team's legacy?
It's been a unique experience. Every time we are walking around or whatever, you can just feel or sense the winning culture and things like that. And so it's made it a little tougher this year because we haven't been able to, meet the expectations of, be able to have the winning season that, the Laker fans have come to expect. But it's definitely something where, when you're not winning a lot and at a high rate, you definitely feel like there's something wrong versus other organizations, it's not always the case.
Gotcha. Question from @KXVNL, Kevin. What is the oddest gift anyone has given you?
The oddest gift? Oh, I don't know.
We go a couple random ones here.
The oddest gift.
If you want, you can't think of an odd one. You could think of a best one or one that you've given.
I've gotten like so many funny and interesting fan gifts. Someone gave me a bunch of soap one time. I didn't know what that meant exactly.
Because if they're implying that you smell, they probably have never smelled you. So
right.
Then what is? So then what are they trying to say?
Okay, so yeah, what exactly are you trying to say?
Maybe they produce. Who knows? Maybe they produce soap.
Maybe that's probably was it.
Be optimistic.
I've gotten really cool gifts. When I was in New York, I got that fruit roll-up jersey. It was like a jersey made out of like fruit roll-ups. It was awesome.
So
it was just like a big jersey, and it was all fruit roll-up, and it's like this big.
Was it like
and it's really heavy.
To put up on a wall, sort of, or like to eat?
To put up on, it was framed.
Okay, I got it.
And it was like the back of my.
It's like mine at first was like you put it on and played in it or something, and then everybody got to have a snack after.
No. But it's pretty crazy.
Okay, cool.
That one's kind of odd, but I loved it. I still have it.
That's very good. All right, question from @Calder_H. I think we know who that is. Calder Hines. What emoji best describes? And he's saying me and/or John Black, but I'm going to say instead the question should be what emoji best describes Calder and John Black?
Okay. The best emoji that describes Calder, probably just a big smile with teeth, because every time I see him, he's always like in a good mood. I've never seen him in a bad mood. He's always smiling. Is there like a...
Come on, there's got to be a worse one for Calder. That's too nice. Calder works for John Black, Lakers PR.
Okay, there's like a alien-looking emoji. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, good. And on to John Black.
I don't know. John Black. Me and John Black have share a passion for eating good food.
Sure.
So I don't know if there's like a one where you're like stuffing your face with food.
You can do
Probably
like, isn't
not,
there like
but
a fork or a knife or something? Even?
maybe, yeah, something food related for John Black for sure.
Okay.
Or something like this, you know, where he's like setting everything up. For example, this whole thing that he set up has been amazing. Something like that, where he's telling people what to do.
And definitely not yelling.
No.
That's good. All right, question from @Amanda ERSC. Why did you switch from Clash of Clans to Boom Beach? I assume these are video games.
These are
iPhone games?
iPhone games. Clash of Clans was getting a little old, so I switched to Boom Beach. Too easy for me. Not quite. And then, actually, it's funny because I went to Boom Beach, but then I didn't stay that long, and I went to 2 new games, which you know we're gonna put out. I'm gonna put out. I have like a blog that I write like basically every month, put it on my website. But in that blog, I talk about my new iPhone games that I've been hooked on. So there's always 1 or 2 that I'm always playing at any moment in time.
Random tangent. I read an article the other day about basically like really hardcore gamers, and I want to say it was either in Korea or somewhere where people were actually dying from playing so much. Have you heard about this?
Because they like didn't eat or like
for like 4
water.
or 5 days or something.
Yeah, it's pretty intense. I would say the longest I've ever played video games consecutively, probably like 10 hours. But I definitely
I played NBA Jam for 10 hours.
And I definitely ate and drank during that time. So I love to eat. So what I usually do is I'll go somewhere, grocery store, get a bunch of snacks if I know it's gonna be a long night in front of the computer. Get a bunch of snacks. My favorite drinks, you gotta have a Red Bull or a 5 Hour Energy or something to keep your energy, and then I'll just snack on that throughout the night.
Okay, sounds like you've done it once or twice before. All right, got a couple other good questions I'm getting on email here. Here's one, Jeremy, from @VVN Doodles. What are some songs you like listening to pump you up before the game?
I actually, if you listen to any of the songs I listen to before a game, you won't get pumped up at all. Because I listen to very like low-key stuff. Basically, I listen to all Christian music before games.
Okay.
I love Hillsong, Hillsong United. That's usually what I listen to. And actually before games, I need to like mellow out, because if I get too amped up, I tend to get a lot of charges and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I have to, I just mellow out, try to, put myself in a place mentally where I'm just, relaxed and, not too overly eager about anything. So.
That's a good window into you, though. So some players are like that, and it's, some will listen to hip hop, some will listen to, like you said, Christian music, some won't listen to anything at all.
Yeah.
So you just have to figure out what works best for you as an athlete, right, and getting your mind in a good place.
Absolutely. I mean, each person approaches the game differently. So yeah.
All right. At Ian EBEB or EBE, don't worry about it. You know who you are. It's like 16 letters, they're all consonants. How quickly would things escalate with Mama Lin if you got a tattoo? Season or career-ending injury? LOL.
Wait, what? What was the question?
Well,
a tattoo or a season?
So I think the question is, how quickly would things escalate with Mama Lin if you got a tattoo, and then like a ... would it be a season or a career-ending injury? Implying that Mama Lin.
Oh, no. Okay, well, if I got a tattoo, she would definitely be very unhappy, to say the least.
Well, it sounds like you don't mind messing with her a little bit, though, with the dunking on her and stuff.
Yeah, but tattoos are one of those things where you can't get rid of it. I mean, I had my ear pierced in college, and she flipped, but that's okay because it grows back,
Did you wait till she saw it, or did you tell her about it?
No, I couldn't tell her because I was at school, and I figured if I told her, then she'd probably like cancel my phone.
Couldn't you just answer
like that? Something
Mom,
crazy.
I'm at Harvard. Like, what do you want from me?
Yeah, I mean,
Not interested in that?
That would be the logical thing to do, but my mom
Yeah.
doesn't always think like that. She likes to she likes to hold me to a very, very high standard. So if I got a tattoo, it'd be pretty tough. She probably would be sad for a while.
Okay.
But there would be no career-ending injury or season-ending injury because I'm just a lot stronger than her, and I feel like she can't really like hurt me physically unless she uses a weapon. But she wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I don't think she would either.
No, she wouldn't. She wouldn't use a weapon.
That's good. Well, if you did get a tattoo, I think Robert Sacre has like a tattoo of DMX and Snoop Dogg
And Tupac.
Tupac one I respect actually. Those are interesting choices though, right? And to
Yeah,
get on the body.
I mean, the only time I'd actually ever get a tattoo is like if something happened to like a very important family member or something like that. I could get some over my heart to commemorate them. I think my mom would be okay with that one.
Okay.
But yeah, besides that, I think I'm okay.
All right, so we're going to wrap it up here. We appreciate all these questions coming in. Again, Lakers and Toyota, the Voices suiting up together. I do want to get this one in, though, because a lot of people are asking about the Dragon shoes. So fill us in.
Well, those are one of the things where Adidas, I had a meeting with Adidas this past summer, and they were kind of like, all right, well, tell us a little bit about yourself. We want to create different types of shoes. So we have a bunch of stuff. We came with a bunch of stuff. One of them was obviously the Year of the Dragon. So we created those, and it took a while in terms of just implementing the design and the feedback process, and then finally getting them out. But it was perfect because it came right as Chinese New Year was coming around, and I know it's not Year of the Dragon, but it still represents Chinese culture. So I was able to wear those the last couple games. I'll wear them throughout the rest of the season, and Adidas has been great. They created a shoe that is after my favorite sushi. So there's going to be a lot of different things coming out, but they just have been. I've been able to be really creative with everything. So the Dragon is one of those, and maybe I'll take a picture and post it online because I think, or on Instagram or something, because I don't think a lot of people have been able to see it up close. So
awesome. Well, hey, do real quick, plug your website and your Instagram and Twitter if people have further questions or just in general want to get at you.
Everything's pretty much Jalen7, I think. Throughout all the platforms, pretty much. Jalen7.com for the website. So, yeah. Do you guys have anything else to say? Just let me know.
Jeremy Lin, we appreciate the time. A really good time to get some insight from you as to what you're like on and off the court. It's Lakers, Voices, Toyota suiting up together for 38 years. We appreciate you guys tuning in, and we'll be back next month with Ed Davis.